good evening, good night, whatever time you're watching this. Welcome back to this channel. For my new subscribers, my name is Juliet. If this is your first time here, please don't make it your last. This channel is all about personal development, advancement, and growth. If you are someone that's looking to become the best version of yourself, then you definitely made the right stop. As I continue on with my personal development journey, I also want to bring others along to show them that they can become the best version of themselves. They can change their mindset as they continue on the road to personal development. So today we are going to be talking about self-accountability. And this may tickle some feathers today. Even me. Because I'm no exception. Because I'm not perfect. So my definition of self-accountability is basically doing what it is that you said you were going to do. Webster's dictionary defines accountability as the willingness or obligation to take responsibility for one's actions. Now, if you guys hear me, mess up a word a little bit, I have a heavy tongue and that's okay, right? But why should we hold ourselves accountable? The reason we should hold ourselves accountable is because we don't want to continue making the same mistakes over and over. Accountability helps you to see that, hey, this was me. I messed up, so I need to fix this. Or if it cannot be fixed, what you can do is you know better for in the future not to make those same mistakes again. Have you ever found yourself constantly making the same mistakes over and over, but yet you find everybody else to blame? That's because you refuse to hold yourself accountable for what it is that you're doing. And right, the easiest thing to do would be to blame somebody else. However, the hardest pill to swallow is telling yourself the truth. It was Shakespeare that said, to thine own self be true. So you have to be true to yourself. You have to hold yourself accountable for the bad decisions that you're making in life. You cannot blame others for the misfortunes that are happening in your life, but in reality, you are the one that's in control of your destiny. Let me just give you some examples of things that people say that they claim causes their lives to be the way that it is. I grew up in an environment where everybody in my family was poor. I grew up in an environment with a single parent. I don't have any money. Life would be so much better if I had a different job. And it's all about perspective. Yeah, you may have grew up in a family where nobody was rich, but why you can't be the first millionaire? What's stopping you? It's all about your perspective of how you see things. Yeah, you may have grew up in a one-parent home, but what's stopping you from creating the family that you want? The two-parent home that you want. And of course, life may still happen. Some things happen. Life happens to everybody. Every one of us. Life happens too. But it's up to us to make the decision to say, I don't want this for me. I want something better for me. So my decisions have to be different from what I've experienced in the past. My decisions have to be different from what my environment was growing up. I hear it all the time, and I was even one of those persons. I would blame everything on the misfortunes that were going on in my life. Everything that didn't have nothing to do with what I got going on, I would blame that. Because it's the easiest thing to do. Because I didn't want to sit myself down and say, okay, yeah, this happened. But you still have the decision to either move forward or continue to stay on that and use that as an excuse to not move forward. We have the opportunity to create the destiny. We have the opportunity to create the life that we want, But if we continue not to hold ourselves accountable for the decisions that we keep making that are continuing to put us in a hole or continuing to put us in a space where we don't want to be, then you lack accountability. So let me give you some ways of how you can hold yourself accountable. Have an accountability partner. An accountability partner is not just anybody. This is going to have to be someone that you trust, someone who may be in alignment with where your goals are, and this is let it be someone who you see, who you look up to, and you realize that they are accountable. So they are someone that's holding themselves accountable. They're definitely going to hold you accountable. Another way to hold yourself accountable, and whew, this is a tough one. State what you are doing publicly. You know, I'm a person, I believe in moving in silence, so this isn't my cup of tea, but somebody else, this may work for them. State your goals publicly. When you state your goals publicly, that put pressure on it. So now you have possibly the entire world watching you to see whether or not you're going to do what it is that you said you were going to do. And one thing I know about us humans, we hate to let people down. We hate to be ashamed that we didn't do something that we told someone we were going to do, especially if it's something big and it didn't fall through. The shame that you would feel from that, you don't want that. So when you state your goals publicly, that put pressure on it. So now you have to do it. It ain't a if, but, or what I should, coulda. No, you have to do it. It's you going all in. When you state your goals publicly, you going all in. And another way that you could hold yourself accountable, make a bet with somebody. Make a bet with somebody that if you don't do this, if you don't consistently do this every week at this certain time, if you do not commit to a certain goal, or a project that you're working on should be done by a certain time, you make a bet with them. Because I don't know about y'all, but I don't like to lose money. So when you make a bet with that person that if you don't do this by this certain time, or if you don't do this consistently, you have to pay them that money. And don't make it a small bet. Start off with like $100 and hold yourself accountable to that. All a man have is his word. So if you know that you don't complete whatever it is that you were supposed to do, pay that person, because it was a bet and you knew that you were supposed to hold yourself accountable. I'm going to leave with another quote from Jim Rohn. And he said, before life could hand you bigger disciplines, you have to take care of the smaller disciplines. So those smaller disciplines, like self-accountability, that you don't want to do, you need to do those. You know why? Because when you become successful, there are going to be some bigger disciplines that you're going to have to handle. And by taking care of the smaller disciplines now, that is setting you up for when you get those bigger disciplines. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. And until next time, thank you for watching.